May 1746. Charles Edward Stuart has gone into hiding with a price of £30,000 on his head. Government forces under the Duke of Cumberland are scouring the country, searching for the Prince, Cameron of Lochiel, and other leaders known to be loyal to the Jacobite cause. There is little mercy being shown. Homes are being burnt, children are starving, cattle are being driven away. Everywhere, brutality and murder.
Do not go near him, sir. The man will not be hit. I think I've blown his head to pieces. Indeed, I think you have, sir. But we'd better be making sure. We'd better press on if we want to reach an inn by nightfall.
These are Lord Loudon's quarters, Major. The rebels burned most of the suitable accommodation for officers in the fort when they besieged it. We've set up makeshift quarters for them until it's rebuilt.
Captain Greening, officer of the guard.
You have business with his lodging?
I wish to inquire after a certain Cameron of Ardroy, who I understand is a prisoner here.
Oh, then you'll be from Inverness about the matter of Lochiel's whereabouts. Pleased to know, we have the information at last.
Indeed. From whom?
From him, from Cameron of Ardroy.
You must be mistaken.
No, not at all. It was I who got the information.
You? How? You must have tortured him.
We can discuss that later. Who are you, sir?
Major Windham, sir, staff officer from Inverness.
You're on His Royal Highness's staff.
No, my Lord General Hawley's.
Oh.
I'm carrying a dispatch from Perth to Inverness.
You have no dispatch for me, then, from the Duke?
No, sir?
Hawley?
No, my Lord. I took the opportunity to call here to ask after a prisoner.
Prisoner? Oh, you mean to say you're here on a purely private matter?
Is it a purely private matter that a wounded Highland gentleman should be tortured into giving information against his own chief? I think it is a matter which concerns the good name of the whole army.
Have you come here, sir, on no one's authority but your own, to dictate to me on the treatment of prisoners?
No, sir, I've come for news of the prisoner.
If you want news of any prisoner, you must wait till Captain Greening is at liberty. Meanwhile, you have the goodness to remember that I only marched into Fort Augustus this morning. I'm still so pressed with business, I see little chance of any sleep tonight if I'm to be
interrupted in this way. May I ask how long you've held His Majesty's commission?
12 years.
And yet, when you're entrusted with a dispatch to the Commander-in-Chief, you take it upon yourself to turn back in order to assure yourself of the welfare of a rebel. Very singular. Captain Greening.
Sir.
Is it true that this Cameron prisoner has made some disclosure?
Quite true, my lord. It was one of the matters I wished to bring to your lordship's attention. It concerns Lochiel's hiding place.
You have tortured him for this information. Is it not enough that we murder and massacre and burn and loot and cram our prisoners into crowded cells to die of neglect? Must we torture them as well?
Major, I will not be spoken to in this manner.
You are not responsible, sir. You only rode into the fort this morning. But this officer...
Sir, I will not have aspersions cast upon officers under my command, especially by a member of General Hawley's staff. How clean are his hands? And yours, eh? Captain Greening.
Sir.
Was this information got by unlawful means?
No, I assure your lordship the prisoner gave the information voluntarily.
I do not believe it. And I will not believe it until I hear it from his own lips.
God's name! Am I to suffer you browbeating me in my own tent? You are behaving in a manner unpardonable in an officer, sir. I place you under arrest.
Sir?
For insubordination.
Hardly, sir.
Very well, then, for neglect of duty. Now give me Lord Albemarle's dispatch. I'll send it by one of my own aides. And now, sir, your sword.
Oh, there we are, sir. There. Now, sir, is that what you wish for breakfast?
Yes, looks very good. Well, at least you treat your military prisoners well. Are you in charge of the other prisoners, too?
Ah, yes, sir, yes. Oh, no, there's only a few of them and all unimportant. Well, except the young Cameron gentleman.
Where is he?
Oh, he's in the dungeon, sir. I reckon if the rebels had known they'd be occupying them so soon, they'd have burnt the dungeons and left the rest of the fort alone.
I know him. How is he?
Oh, well, he's in a poor way, sir. A melancholy-like.
Is that surprising? Since he's been tortured?
Lord, sir, has he? Well, you know, I thought something awful had happened to him, but... Well, I never heard it was that.
Sergeant, would it be possible for me to see this prisoner?
See him, sir? Oh, I don't know about that, sir. No.
Have you any orders to the effect that no one is to see this prisoner?
No, sir, but then... Well, I've no orders to the effect that anyone has.
Sergeant, then what would be the harm in it? I know I'm in a little trouble at the moment, but I do hold the King's commission, and you cannot believe that I would help a rebel to escape.
Lord, sir, no, of course not, but...
In that case, Sergeant, I would be most grateful for your help in this matter.
I brought someone to see you, Mr. Cameron.
Why are you here, Judas?
If I were that, I should not be here. I came to explain, to put right, if I could.
To explain? To explain your treachery? Why you came to offer help to deceive me? Why you found out I knew where Lochiel was and advised the Major to persuade me? If it was to settle old scores, be content. You have repaid, more than repaid them. Would it not have been enough to let them shoot me? But then you would not have made me a traitor. A worse traitor than yourself.
What did they do to you?
What, again? There is no need for this play acting now. Whatever you want, ask for it. I can sink no lower than I have.
All I want to do is to help you.
Will you not go? You have seen what you wish to see. Can't you get out?
No, I'm locked in too, a prisoner, like yourself.
Why?
For neglect of duty, for turning back while carrying a dispatch.
So you can't even serve your own side faithfully.
I cannot relieve you of my presence, I'm afraid, until the jailer comes back.
It is of no moment. Why did you turn back?
Why should I tell you? You would not believe me.
I should like to know.
I heard of the conduct of Major Guthrie towards you. How he had misrepresented me to you. How you had disclosed Lochiel's whereabouts of your own free will. I could not believe it. I was offensive to Lord Loudon and was placed under arrest.
I wish to God I could trust you.
When you hear I've been broken for neglecting my duty on your behalf, Ardroy, will you then believe I have betrayed you to Guthrie?
Will you swear that you did not tell him I knew Lochiel's whereabouts, nor suggest that I might be persuaded to tell it?
No,
I thought as much.
but I will tell you what happened. I told Guthrie you were kin to Lochiel to stop him from executing you. And I thought your rank would save you when he knew it. I knew that if you lay in that hut uncared for, you would die and rot if he did not send for you. Well, I suggested he brought you into his camp and you might inadvertently drop some hint.
You advised him to take me for that reason. But it ill becomes me to accuse any man of treachery. You say you do not believe I would have made any disclosures voluntarily. I suppose I owe you thanks for that. But I did. It seems I still talk in my sleep, as I did when I was a boy. There was a guard with me constantly. I tried to keep awake so that my secret would not slip out, but a man must sleep sooner or later. I slept, and I spoke. You will try to tell me that a man cannot control his tongue in his sleep, and it's true, he cannot. But they will keep that part secret. And Lochiel and all the clans will hear that I made those disclosures of my own free will.
Surely not.
Is that not what they've told you? However it has been done, it is done. I have betrayed my chief. I betrayed him because I could not keep awake. And now I cannot sleep. But I forget. You too are in disgrace because of me.
I will be sent to Inverness tomorrow to be dealt with by my own commanding officer. He will perhaps be easier on me, since the charge is made by Lord Loudon, and there is no love lost between him and my general.
If you please, Major, will you come now, sir? They're ready to pack you up to Inverness straightway, sir.
Oh, well. Good luck, Ardroy. I'll try and see you again. If I can.
William, Duke of Cumberland, Commander-in-Chief of the government troops. The aim of this 25-year-old son of George II is the total annihilation of the spirit of rebellion in the Highlands. To this end, his zeal is boundless.
Major Windham, these charges more than justify a court-martial, in which you would most certainly be cashiered and dismissed from the army. But that would condone the high-handed behavior of Lord Loudon in placing one of my staff officers under arrest. The dispatch was to me. It was for me to deal with any neglect on your part. I do not understand your conduct, and though I disapprove of your insubordination towards Loudon, I'm damned if I'll tolerate his insubordination towards me. Do you know what was in these dispatches, Windham?
No, Your Royal Highness.
A very polite account of your conduct by the Earl of Albemarle. That and your gallantry at Fontenoy have made me decide to treat the matter as lightly as possible. You are suspended from duty until further notice.
Well, you can thank the Lord and your own remarkable constitution, Cameron, that you're almost well again. You know, it's hard to see why we should go to this trouble to get you back to normal when we only mean to hang you.
Mr. Cameron, when you gave us the information about Lochiel's hiding place a couple of weeks ago, why did you name as the spot a mountainside which doesn't exist, eh? Oh, come, sir, don't play the innocent. On the 7th of May, you gave Captain Green here a detailed account of a cave on a mountainside. Now, you said the name of that mountain was Ben Loy. Well, whether in error or intentionally, you made a slip. For men who know the neighborhood declare there is no mountain of that name there. I mean, it makes nonsense of your information. Come, Mr. Cameron, it is too late to indulge in scruples now. I mean, why do you wish to withhold part of the information when you have already told us so much?
Withhold? Do you think it is possible that I gave any part of that information of my own free will? Did Captain Greening not tell you that he watched me and questioned me night and day for nearly a week? And that what I told him was said in my sleep?
No. No, I did not know that. Captain Green. Mr. Cameron now tells me that as a result of unceasing persecution, you got your information from him in his sleep.
If your lordship is inclined to believe that story, it does much credit to your lordship's nobility of nature and to Mr. Cameron's powers of invention. Could a man give such details in his sleep?
However it was given, it is incomplete. There is no mountain called Ben Loy near Achnacari.
But if the rest of the information is correct, my lord...
I can search the whole area till I find Lochiel, I suppose.
If your lordship will give me half an hour with a prisoner, I think I can promise you the name of the mountain.
Captain Greening, you have bungled and mismanaged this business quite enough. I do not desire you to meddle any further in it. Kindly withdraw. You appear to have been mistreated, Mr. Cameron. I'm sorry for that. As a soldier, however, I must use whatever information comes into my hands, you understand. Now, I think that the information you gave Captain Green to be substantially true. Chance has made it incomplete. Should you mention the name of the mountain now, I shall still regard it as spoken in your sleep. The sentries here are slovenly and ill-disciplined, Mr. Cameron. With a little help, a little connivance, should I say, it might be possible for you to make your escape. Oh, it would cause some displeasure at headquarters, no doubt. But should we take Lochiel, I imagine it would be overlooked.
Is all this fine talk only an offer to bribe me to betray my chief? I would have expected nothing else of a Campbell.
The fine words were for your pride, Mr. Cameron, to conceal the fact that you have already gone part of the way to betraying him. I was offering you your freedom in exchange. But since your pride will not stomach that offer, I'll make you another. You tell me the real name of the mountain, and I promise Lochiel shall never know who betrayed him. Otherwise, when we take Lochiel, he shall not remain ignorant of the name of the Cameron who betrayed him.
If I knew it, Campbell, I'd tell you the way to hell.
You are a very foolish man, Mr. Cameron.
is it, Sergeant?
You're going to make his lordship very angry, Mr. Cameron. Now I've got to put you in chains.
You could put me in my grave for all I care. I've heard some good news at last.
Oh, about the Duke of Cumberland coming.
Here?
Yeah, tomorrow. And I have regiments of foot and some horse.
Why should that be good news to me, Sergeant?
Well, I thought since your friend Major Windham would be with him.
I cannot and will not give evidence against our drawing.
Faulkner, Lord Albemarle wishes to speak with you. Have you finished the notes for the evidence?
There is a problem over the evidence of Cameron of Ardroy, Your Royal Highness.
You told me there would be none, that Windham would be enough.
It would appear that the Major has some scruples about giving his evidence. As he is present, he can explain it personally to Your Royal Highness.
Scruples, eh? You must have misunderstood him. Major Windham will set out for Carlisle tomorrow. He will be in my personal retinue.
If the honour Your Royal Highness offers me depends on my giving evidence against Cameron of Ardroy, I must, with the greatest respect, beg leave to decline it.
Are you bargaining with me?
Indeed, no, Your Royal Highness. I thought it was the other way about. No doubt I was mistaken.
Indeed, you are mistaken, sir. I do not bargain with officers under my command. I give them orders. You will join my staff tomorrow. In England, you will be given leave to attend the trial of this rebel whenever it takes place. After that, you will rejoin my staff and accompany me to the continent. I understand that you are anxious, like myself, to see real fighting again.
Your Royal Highness...
It is the duty of a commander-in-chief to reward and remember individual merit. No doubt you will all have heard of Major Windham's gallantry at Fontenoy. It has not passed my mind, although until now I have not had the opportunity to reward it fittingly.
I hope to show my gratitude by doing my duty, which is all I did at Fontenoy. But there are private reasons why I cannot give evidence against Cameron of Ardroy. I am too much in his debt. I therefore ask Your Royal Highness to spare me a task that is odious.
You seem to forget that we are dealing with bloody and unnatural rebels. They must be exterminated like vermin. It is your duty to aid with that extermination. And yet you ask that your personal sentiments be allowed to excuse you from that duty. Indeed, Major Windham, they shall not.
I beg leave to tell Your Royal Highness that it is no part of a soldier's duty to be an informer.
You damned impertinent dog! You dare to tell me what a soldier's duty is? This is mutiny!
No. I will carry out any military order you see fit to give me. But I'm used to facing my enemies in the field, not in the dock.
Any soldier under my command does what I tell him. By heaven, you'll go to Carlisle tomorrow, even if I have to send you there under guard. Will you go willingly, or will the Provost Marshal take you?
If I'm forced to testify, I shall give my full testimony. I shall say how he spared my life and treated me well after the affair at High Bridge, and how he saved me again at Edinburgh and set me at liberty unharmed. Would that make a satisfactory witness for the Crown?
Is this true? Is what this damn mutineer says true?
I don't know, Your Royal Highness.
You damn block, it is your business to know. Get out, Windham. Get out of my sight, and don't let me see your face again. And don't think you've saved that stinking rebel. I wish him to hang, and hang he will. Tomorrow I leave, and Lord Albemarle will take my place as Commander-in-Chief here. I will leave orders with him as how best to punish you.
Good morning, Major Windham. I trust you slept well.
Indeed I did, my lord. And you?
As well as the noise occasioned by the departure of His Royal Highness permitted. Wine for the Major. It would seem that the higher the rank of the departing officer, the greater the noise it makes. And none ranks higher than His Royal Highness. You may leave us, Captain. I must say, I am sorry you felt constrained to take such an attitude of the Prince yesterday.
So am I, my lord. But I had no choice. I cannot help to hang a man whom I owe so much. I hope your lordship will not renew his request.
I would not flatter myself that I could succeed where the great man himself has failed. It is strange that I, who have no liking for this country, shall be left as commander here, and to replace the Duke, who has accomplished so much. There is, however, one important task which has been left to me, to capture the Pretender's son. I may be able to employ you in this regard.
Your lordship?
You seem puzzled, Major. No doubt you are asking why, since you are in disgrace, I take this interest in you. It is because I have discovered that Lady Stowe is your mother. It will give me pleasure to help her son at a crisis in his fortunes. It is the payment of a debt to beauty.
Then may I ask another favor of your lordship? That I be allowed to see Cameron of Ardroy before he is sent for trial? I give you my word, I will not try to help him escape.
I have no need of your word on that, Major. Rash you may be, but you are certainly not a traitor. As for the Pretender's son, there is nothing I would not do to capture that young man, who is the cause of all our misery and keeps both you and me pent up in this miserable country. Rumor has it that he is in the neighborhood of Arisaig. I intend to send you there at once.
If old Angus was right, this is to be our last meeting.
Is there nothing I can do for you?
Perhaps you could write to my wife.
Your wife?
Miss Grant and I were married at Inverness. She is in France now, thank God. If you could write and tell her, it would be a kindness.
Yes, well, of course, but why do you not do it yourself, and I will use my best endeavors that it should reach her?
They will not allow me writing materials.
I noticed you had a book when I came in.
Yes. It's only a Gallic Psalter.
I have saved him for a death which will be worse than that of an animal on the shambles. His wife must never know the details.
Perhaps you will think kindly of me someday.
I hope to see you again, and you're a free man.
Think of what is waiting for me at Carlisle. Can this be anything but our last meeting, Windham? And yet...
Yes?
Old Angus's vision. I have no more faith in the two sides than you have. But there was the HERON that brought about our first meeting, and that was by water. He said our last meeting would be by water, too.